Hello there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Today I want to dedicate this video to the shift in our purpose, to changes and, how we just share our beingness, how we share ourselves authentically. And I made videos about this already, and things are progressing because, have you noticed how the entire energy has changed until the year energy? Yearly energy has changed because now the 2013 is the year of the universal number 6. This is the 6th universal year, because if we add the numbers together, we get the number 6. Peace, love, partnership, community, all of that, and equal awareness souls coming together, sharing the purpose, sharing their vibration signature. So we continue on what we've been doing and activating in the previous years, but at the same time, we're putting like this another signature. We're like refining it. We were like refining ourselves. So things we've been reevaluating like for the entire last year, now they're culminating. Now we're like looking at them, and I've been writing about this in my newsletter and my blog also, that I've recently seen there's going to be this direct alignment of several planets. Basically, all of the planets are going to be moving direct after Jupiter goes direct, in January 30th until February 17th. So there will be a 19-day period of this alignment. So I feel this in a sense that what I felt before without knowing about this astrologically, that it's like January we have to, sweep off the old and kind of really come to the awareness of what this old purging really meant for us, and then establish something new, because we really are moving from a year of self-empowerment to a year of integrating our inner light into our exact daily physical lives, our routines, our friendships, families, what we do for our service work, in a way, and how we build with people who are of same equal awareness, and how these principles really aligning with one another, what we're really going to do that will add up to where we want to be. Because, sometimes people say, I see different comments on several threads, people still really much living somewhere above there, not really live in the heart, which is the basic balance point of heart and the divine mind, which is the only place we really want to be if we want to bring this divineness, this divineness nature into our direct physical experience. So bridging the heaven and earth all together as one, as they are, and bringing our direct physical experience into this, paradigm. And we really cannot do this if we're like airy-fairy all the time. We all get that sometimes, when we're downloading new packets of energy, and sometimes we get a bit like up in the air. It's how energy feels right now for a few days. But if we're really vigilant and really observant, we will know that when there are phases like this, we're not supposed to be very reactive. We're supposed to wait it out like an old, ancient, wise person. That is the old, ancient part of us hidden inside of us. And then we know that when it's time to know, we will act out. We won't really react. And we will feel that this void is bringing new awareness. So everything that we've been purging for so long, especially the last year, which was so intense, and it's not just going to remain like this faint memory in all of our minds and hearts. It will be like this huge watermark signal, really staying alive, dormant in all of us. We continue to carry the 2012 energy forth and forward in all that we do, and all that we speak, and all that we act, because basically we really are supposed to anchor divine integrity. There's still a lot of that which is not of that energy that I see around when I look or connect to these spaces of the web, communities and such. And I feel that there's this energy that everyone still wants to be somewhere. And I've just seen the title of the recent radio show in Inlight Radio, and it said, the disappointment of many light workers. And I'm thinking, true light workers are not disappointed because they know that there is no such thing as divine disappointment. There's only divine plan of perfection. And if you were experiencing disappointments yourself, then you were truly up in the air somewhere thinking that something special is going to occur. And when it didn't, you're really not trusting anymore, or you're finding yourself doubting to trust. Those who continue to trust are those who don't need trust, because they know that trust is built within anyway, because there's just inner knowingness of always everything integral in its own place, at divine time, divine perfect space. And when I say this, when people say, oh, we're going to be in a light body, or we're going to be this and that, and I say, what, we're not in a light body. We're in the physical body, we're in a certain hybrid, whatever kind of type of body we are. It doesn't matter to define it with words. We just are where we are, and we need to be really grateful for where we are, and we really need to appreciate the experience we're living now, not where we're supposed to be, somewhere, maybe, or not. Who knows, you know? Because putting it on this future dateline, it's like trying to figure it out. And those who try to figure it out, they don't know. Those who really know, they don't try to figure anything out. They just trust and have that inner knowing feeling build up and continue to build up. So what is happening is when we truly feel something and know it, it will come so effortless. And I'll be talking about this in connection to their life purpose a bit later. But now I just wish to say that really those who know they have experienced no disappointment, just disintegration, and know we continue to release, we continue to ascend, we continue to be where we are. And that is why I always say, I don't care about the when and where, I only care about the now, the here, the present. Because our source present is the only thing that is true for us. Before I start talking about more about the nature of our purpose, which is now really shifting, and it's going to probably start with great what should I say, with great expansion already this Friday when we have a new moon. Up until now, it's kind of like airy fairy. Like I said, we don't know everything. We have received quite a lot of guidance recently, but there's just like this period, maybe again, a bit void and releasing and integrating the new before the time of full moon when things will be more within clarity. And then continuing to the full moon until 27th. That's what I feel. And then the period of everything going direct begins, January 30th. And I'm not about the dates, but always the energy, how I feel it in a moment, and I get these confirmations coming out from the astral world. It's always like ever much in alignment. So before talking more about the nature of our purpose shifting, I would like to read this to you, what I wrote about the integrity within the ascension process, what it truly is about. I wrote that the path of ascension is not that of wishful thinking. Being up in the clouds, very ungrounded and non-aligned with our true spirit does not make things so just because we believe in them. We have to do the work by being congruent with everything that is our source truth and the truth of one. All of our actions, words, and deeds need to be aligned with what we stand for. Things don't anchor in this physical plane of existence, which is where we are now, just because we wish them to. Things shift because we shift on all levels of our being, always as loving, compassionate, and discerning beings who embody their truth within all that is. So if we still take things personally, make assumptions, judge ourselves and others, and don't see the higher picture in absolutely everything, and I'm true here, absolutely everything, not that which still upsets you and you won't be able to see why things maybe are a bit painful there, but everywhere in all corners of your being, So everything, absolutely everything that we are still, if we do that, we're still not living our fullest potential and truth of our source self. If we practice division instead of unity, then we ripple out the energy of that into all that is, because our energy signature can never lie. We can remain in denial and unfair to ourselves and others, but it will keep us from moving further on our journey. Only full presence of our source self is who we truly are, and as long as we turn away from it, we are in a prison of our own making. We are only free when our entire energy signature, including our physical nature, and actions, represent nothing but pure divine love of our source being. This is the way of living a higher fifth dimensional and higher, which means more expanded life. So, beloved pioneers, what is happening now, I'm noticing that as the year came swiftly, it just, for so many of us, it was more or less something like, oh my God, it's already 2013, how is this possible? Even though the 2012 was intense, it felt like really rushed forward in great speed, So what's happening, this energy of 2013 is already being felt, although we're still in transition mode. When you're in every transition that you are in your life, you'll always be with one foot in front and the other foot still reassessing the old, which still needs to be addressed in some manner, in some ways. That is why a lot of the people might have felt, why are they still in the old? It's because they're still transitioning. They're still assessing what they'll take with them on their next step in their journey or what they'll leave behind. That is what the nature of transition is. So the purpose is transitioning. For me, all of this has really started changing since Yanni moved here with me, ever since we met, basically. But since he has moved in, there is another energy signature present here. And I've been just together with him. And in my own thoughts, I'm pondering, I've been thinking, you know what? I've always wanted this. I always felt this. I always said that I will be with someone, and I know it, who will always be by my side. We'll always be doing things together. We'll always be in alignment. And that happened. And things are shifting into that direction. No longer just me, you know. There's this great friend of light who used to call us Palani, you know, putting our names together. And it's kind of like true. It's kind of something that's really happening. It's no longer just me and him, it's us. And the name vibration changes, and everything changes, and the path changes, and all the things change, and all of the old doesn't just fall away, but really transfigures itself, you know, in this new form. And that is actually the process that most people don't trust, because they don't know how to approach this change. For me, the guidance that I received just this week after someone trying to schedule a session with me, and I've been thinking, why so many things have been revolving in this matter in a way that really wasn't so in flow. And I've been thinking now, in discussing this with Yanni, I've been saying, you know what? I've always told you, remember, that I won't be doing this for a long time, that this is just really not a permanent thing, that this is just a thing within a certain time frame. And he said, yes, I remember. And I said, do you see me that way? And he said, no, I do not. And I said, I'm not. I'm a divine messenger. I'm here for all. I just felt that because certain people asked me to do that, and they say, Paloma, do you do sessions? And I said, okay, maybe I'll do them. You know, maybe I said, I'll add that to the line of services, which I do and provide within Ascension Pioneers. But I just so swiftly felt that it doesn't bring me higher joy, and that everything that we're going to now anchor in this current year of 2013, which I feel it's like a jump off start to, you know, several years of transition that are going to take place. And, you know, they're going to basically set up the stage for the new. Because if someone tells me we're living in a golden age, I would be saying, you know, don't fool yourself. Look around. We are preparing, and this preparation is going to take many things to change and unfold. And a lot of people who are vigilant and observant will see and feel that. So we still have a lot of the things we're working and rearranging within ourselves in order for that to be rearranged in the whole, in the grand scheme of things. So many things are changing. And I remember I had this coach once a long time ago, and he said, you know what, you'll be like building up towards your true purpose. Basically, you'll just like be living in preparation until, he gave me this date, I don't know, maybe it was 2017 on 2018. He said, that's when you'll be living your true purpose. And I'm thinking, you know, we are our purpose. We're continuously our purpose, because it's not what we do, it's who we are. But I've been thinking, it's right in some level, on some level of viewing things, because basically what we truly feel is our life, you know, vision before coming here, we kind of like schedule it, we rearrange it in such a way, we kind of shape everything in this giant thing we call destiny here on planet Earth. And it's kind of like what is happening. And when we're truly, truly authentic in every corner of everything, like for me, true authenticity is even living, not here, but next to our mountains, you know, on a green, beautiful hill with lots of meadows. And last week we even drew our vision. It was one of the exercises in some book. It was so amazing, because you actually are able to see it. And when every single thing of that is aligned, that's when you yourself are, you know, bringing your own inner kingdom, your own inner golden age into this very realm of existence. And that is what we basically came here to do. It's the purpose of all of us. So our purpose isn't, you know, I'm a personal guide, I'm an ascension guide, I'm sharing truth with so many, you know, that it's not just, you know, as some of the viewers wrote to me last week, she said, I know you sharing truth that is beyond human truth. It's just grander cosmic truth that you're sharing. But it's just not all of it. The huge purpose, that is our true self, is being authentic self, which means to be what we kind of arranged what we will be in this realm of experience, in this time of the shift. So basically to have everything in our lives mirror that which we truly are, so that our spirit will be represented in the physical. And that all of us who choose so will be authentic in all ways. And that is what we're starting to do now. We were purging all of the old so that in 2013, we can be ready for that. We can set the stage up for that. We can set up the stage for our true self, you know, to walk on the stage and start living as how we truly deserve. And this takes time sometimes, not necessarily the time you were told before, oh, you have to go through so many things and years, you know, in three-dimensional paradigm, you say you have to have years of money, you know, storing so in the bank account, so then you can buy this huge house with a white picket fence. It's not like that. But what I mean here is sometimes change takes a bit of time in the physical. It's just how it is. It doesn't mean that this has to take like ages and forever. So the thing is, while we do that, we really have to become so congruent with our soul. That means we have to be aligned with every action, word, deed, thought, everything. And then we say to ourselves sometimes, oh, I'm not happy because I'm not living here, or I'm not really satisfied with what that person is mirroring to me, instead of changing something from within. For instance, that is what I say. The thing with my sessions was I always knew they were a non-permanent thing. And let me get back to something I mentioned earlier about the nature of spirit guidance, which when it comes swiftly. It comes giving you a feeling of no doubt, of complete, utter inner knowing in the moment, instant knowing. It's like you shift in a moment and you know it, and nothing can convince you otherwise. So that's what happened to me this week about my personal sessions. So the nature of something when it's on your path in that given now moment, and not necessarily saying, if I don't do it anymore, it's not on my path. It used to be on my path and used to give me lots of growth. And for me, in my example, I got to know a lot of beautiful spiritual divine companions on my path. And that's how I consider everyone to be. But for instance, I never saw myself as this. I don't feel myself as a personal guide. Even my friend astrologer told me, you have a 22, master number degree of Virgo through Mercury. You have divine truth messengers, who you are. You have that written in your star chart. And I'm thinking, I feel myself this way. I always wanted to share with everyone so that not just some person benefits, but all of them will get to listen. Like if I would be talking to a room of people asking me questions, everyone would hear what one of them would answer and I would reply. And we would all basically gather up from the same whole. And basically, I always saw myself really sharing the truth through guidance in a way that it's from the collective. It's like in a flow of a fifth dimensional frequency. And I didn't see myself doing that in a way that it's still a lot having to do with the old physical things. Like some people say, oh, you need to have copyrights for this. I never felt that. Or you need to do this. And everyone has services. You have to have them too. And it's like, so many people have them, so many people do spiritual things. But just because you have your spiritual portfolio and your master and whatever, who knows what, still doesn't mean you're living an authentic life. No, you live an authentic life when you really listen to yourself, your heart telling you what you really want to do in that moment, and what you're here to do in the grander scheme of things. What is your basic energy signature, your template that you came here with, totally prepared, totally accompanied, totally protected, guided, everything. Just need to trust and know that. So one of these beautiful realizations this week for me was that I really don't resonate with that anymore, because for me, it wasn't an instant knowing. It wasn't an instant spirit guidance. Because, for instance, one example is I never really knew how much money value should I put for my personal, energy exchange. And I always had such difficulty with it because it's not my true nature. What is my true nature? I'm here to share so freely, so easily, totally of my heart. My pure heart comes easily. It goes easily. It's just basically like that. And when it's not, it's always hard for me to decide, because then the mind is working. And even if that is so, it serves a purpose at that time. So in that time frame, that served a purpose for me and a few people I got to meet. But this week, it's just like new knowing. It's like, oh my God, this needs to be connected to the shift in our purpose. Because also, ever since I met Yanni, I knew that we will be shifting from, like I said, together merging as one, creating the third. So we will be doing our own creations, which will come through the guidance of life. We need to allow life to guide us, not like what we have preconceived in our mind, because that's not good. You can have the feeling, but then let it go and allow life to guide you in its own divine course, in its right divine action and divine timing. So the thing for me is I decided I no longer will be doing personal sessions because, I really don't resonate anymore with the payment thing. And also, if I say, okay, everyone can donate whatever they want and they'll be able to talk to me or us, I also can't do that because there's so many people who wanted to talk to me or us. And it's just so many on it. And I never wanted to make exceptions. And I say, okay, maybe I'll talk to you because, donated more, or maybe I'll talk to you. I just can't. We just can't, because we have so many things to share with all of you that this takes time. Because now we're going to also be doing videos together and we need to change everything. We are building in a new video program, which is more advanced, so we can add different features and create through more creative side of both of us. and so many things, that require time and dedication. And that's why I recommend that all of you who really love Ascension Pioneers, if you love that our purpose is to share with everyone freely, because everyone will get things on their own level. Everyone will take and drink as much as they're ready to, as much as really resonates with them, as at the pace that they're comfortable with. Because basically, it's already within you when you listen to us or anyone else. It's just sharing along your journey. And it's just how I feel things, it's just creation sharing with itself. All of the aspects as one. And of course, I will always cherish, and I always cherish the divine principle of energy exchange. But still, like I said, there's always limitations. So then I thought, okay, maybe I'll be doing this on donation. No, it also doesn't resonate because I don't want to be doing this at all. And if you don't want to do something, it means you're not authentic. And you need to let it go. And I'll give you this great example. I've had a few ladies of light been writing to me. So many have left their relationships. And one of my divine friends and companions said, I'm now on welfare. And that's not really pleasant at the moment. And I said to that person, you know what? But this will give you the benefit to really get to know yourself, what you want to do, to express yourself without the obligations to do something. Because I've been talking about this with Yanni, and we've been talking how sad it is to live in a world where you have to work for something in order to get money, to be able to express yourself in other forms and a couple of percentages within your time frame that you have here in the time sequence of 24 hours, which we call here a day. And the thing is, it's still very limited because, let's face it, we're still not in a golden age. We're getting there. And some people still need money to survive. Also us, we never really were focused on building a business that never resonated with us. And all of that is just no, a big no. When we ask ourselves no, it's just, we're different. I'm not really saying that whatever someone does, all those who give personal guidance and things like that, that's all perfect. But everyone will do it in a way that is going to be through their authentic self now in these changes to come in the recent few years. So what is taking place is, this is not our field, because whenever we ask ourselves in our silent presence, what are we really here for? Is just to be, and just to really bring heaven through our own lives here, and all who are migrating towards it and are taking something from it and benefiting from it, then that's great. And then our energy exchange is done anyway. So because this represented a sort of like difficulty for me, I really wasn't fully authentic. And I was thinking, okay, I'm here to assist people and whatever, but you know what? I'm not fully 100% assisting through my own spirit self if I'm not being authentic and listening to my soul guidance, right? So I recommend for all those of you who are brave spirits, because I know you are Ascension Pioneers, to just follow your path. Your heart will know, the mind will say, oh, but I need the money, or oh, I don't want to get out of this difficult relationship just because I'm connected some way through money, and then I'm afraid to be alone and how to make money. And this is all binding you continuously to the third dimensional thinking, not the creative expansion of the fifth dimension and higher. So what we're here for is to really be brave enough. For me also, I said, I never was in it for the money, because like I said many times, if someone who's not even ready for my guidance, or if I'm not feeling it, I'd rather be doing something else that I can share, because I love writing. Writing is my thing. I love videos, but writing will always be my thing. And mostly I would select writing, although I used to draw a lot in the past, sketch a lot with a pencil. And we all do many things, but what we're guided to do in the now moment is very important, because this is our purpose. In the now, we are living our purpose. So I have a few great, brave examples of very empowered women who said no to the old. And I said, I'm moving on no matter what. I'm sharing my own authentic self, even though at this transition period, it's not going to be easy, but I'll grow and learn so much from it when I'm moving towards my new path. And for me as well. For now, we just have to trust that all that we receive is through donations for now. I don't know what we'll make up in the future, because I am not my future. I am my now. And this now has to be authentic, because this is the way we're starting this golden age, through our own authenticity. So we need to consider all the aspects. And this sometimes is a process. Today we've been talking about this. It's not just us. Some people say, oh, the golden age is, we communicate this way with each other. No, it's also animals, water, plants, trees, everything. Though we don't live our footprint, we just cooperate. We're in balance. We're in attunement with nature and all the elements. Not just with each other, not just as humans. We're just one level of awareness of creation. So the thing is here is, like an invitation that our purpose is shifting. And many people also said they experienced the same thing. And this is an invitation for you to be brave. Don't be afraid. Know you're not alone. Today we were walking on this road, when we're walking in nature, and we have this trek road, and people there. Yanni has this project now, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna say hello to everyone." I'm like, "Oh gosh, don't." And he's saying, "You know what? I'll do it because we live here now in the city, basically." So he says hello to everyone. We've been noticing people, I was almost sorry they didn't give a piece of paper like that I can write, their reactions and make like kind of like a statistics. And he said, so many people think they're alone. They close off. We were watching their reactions because right when they're going to see, they could, interact with someone else. They like do like this, or create this false pretense, like something they build this mask, they put it on their face, like with the phone, or, stopping and looking somewhere else. It's like so many people still think they're alone. We're not alone, I know that if I can do it, that I can say, I don't care. For instance, I don't care about the money. I really don't. I'd rather be self-fulfilled, self-realized, and really live my purpose as how it is in spirit, as why I sent myself here, because I sent myself here with a huge mission, and it's mine. It's mine to really cherish and value its sacredness and not be fearful of it, like, oh, maybe I won't be paid for it. Why? Why do I need it? My vision is to be self-sustained, to be independent, and whatever we have received until now, which was not much, but we did. Whatever we did, we received as much as we needed to in that moment. Not more, not less, just exactly what we needed. And I was always this way. I was always supported, and because I know who I am and I trust Source to be my source. And it's an invitation, like I say, for all of you to be brave and trust yourself, and know that just because someone else is doing something, you don't have to do the same if it doesn't bring you the most utter joy. Because you're not here to maybe need to save someone, or maybe need to do this way of service. You're already being in service by being here with your unique signature and bringing your part of the heaven into this world, into this experience, and then sharing it with all those who might profit from it. Not money-wise, but spiritually wise, gaining more wisdom, more knowing, and more comfort in our lives, because this is the ultimate goal, how to feel comfort, but not just us, all the beings in creation. So this is what I wanted to share this with all of you. Don't be afraid, because the money and all of the external can manipulate us, because you might be thinking, yeah, but if I don't start this and I don't start the business, if I just do it like this, then I won't be, receiving anything. And I was really admiring my friend today when she wrote, she sent me some crystals, and she said, it doesn't care if you pay me or not. I just wanted to do it because I'm new at this and I'm starting this service. And I'm just trusting. I want to give. I want to give so much. And I said to her, you know what? This really shows me that you're in the right path. You trust your source, you know your source, and that is why you will receive. And we don't always receive from the same source, because when you think of it like that, it's very much linear. We really have to think in broader terms. And this is me signing off, and this is me recognizing myself even on a deeper level, as a friend of mine has stated a few months ago. Remember when I made a video about her calling me an Ascension guide, and that I have to acknowledge this, but I went even deeper within, and I'm not a personal guide. I'm just a divine messenger, and there's many of us here now. We need to stay true to ourselves, okay? Anyway, take care. Lots of love to you. And if you ever feel the need, an urge from the heart to donate, we'll be very happy to receive that and to share with you. So keep connecting, okay? We always reply to everyone who's connecting to us. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.